Shart Select.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Shart Select, the best gaming podcast in the dumpster fire around the back of all the other gaming podcasts. I'm your host Craig, also known as Winstolf, and many other aliases. And joining me today is Ryan, aka Cheesecloth, aka Beast87.
Evening.
And Stu, aka Digeztive, aka Papa Horse, aka Robert Cop.
Yeah, well done. Yep.
Yeah, good that, wasn't it? And also joining us today as a special guest, it's the host of Pixi Gaming Podcast, Pixi, or his alias, the guy who hosts Pixi Gaming Podcast. Hi.
Absolutely smooth as butter.
Well, they do call me Captain Smooth. Or was it Captain Greasy? Either way, it's accurate.
Keen. Super keen.
So you go.
I said he was super keen. Listen, Craig.
Sorry. I'm sorry, everyone's very quiet tonight. I think I'm going deaf.
Swap ears then.
I don't want to swap ears.
This
is my hearing Ryan here.
Turn it up.
Turn it up. All right. Okay, so we're so
doing 60s bit of announcement voices today.
We're on one. Turn it up. So yeah, this is a very special episode here today because we do have Pixi Gaming Podcast on, who is a most magnificent guest, and we're very glad to have him.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Pixi?
So, I run my own gaming podcast, and it's all about how video games make us feel. And it's just I bring on guests and talk about how hardware, software, what we're playing at the moment, what we're going to play, and stuff like that, and talk about how it makes us feel. That's kind of it. But I do like subsections like Pixi Partner Up, where me and my friend are trying to find the best split screen games or give the highest ratings to our best split screen games as possible. And then I've got Storytime, an online podcast where I talk a little bit about like the sort of storyline games I'm playing and how it's going, basically. But yes, I'm very, 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 very happy to be on your podcast tonight, chaps.
Well, we're very happy to have you. Is it true that you were raised by a pack of wolves?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I hear that happens quite a lot down south.
And Mowgli is another one of my my aliases.
Yeah, I always thought it was set around that part of the UK, the Jungle Book. We're up north. We're raised by birds, so that's a fun fact for you.
We're the closest to the wall, as in Aliens Wall, to Scotland.
Yeah, it's true. And beyond there is the White Walkers, known as the Scottish.
Yeah, and don't let them down. You see, don't let them past.
Hashtag We Love You Really, Scotland.
You want to steal the gods and realms of man.
Against the wildlings, aka Scottish people.
The night is dark and full of buckfast.
Or tenants.
Tenant super lager. Whoa. Are you suggesting that Scotland's got a drugs problem, Stu?
No, not at all.
You said Cadbury's snack, didn't you?
Yeah.
The most popular treat of Scotland. Awkward. Right, okay.
Put my fist in my mouth, I would do.
Stu's off already. He's not even mentioned boots full of suspicious substances yet. All right, then. So the main body of the show today is going to be a series of questions that we've devised for Pixi. Like the Hobbit, Shart Select, and Trixie, they're going to get some stupid questions and ask them to Pixi.
Yeah.
Yes!
I missed what the first sentence was there.
I said, like the Hobbits, the Shart Select boys are Trixie. They're going to ask some stupid questions to Pixi.
The Trixie Hobbits. Trixie Hobbits. Oh, right, yes. Okay. I'm locked. Right, okay.
All right, so Ryan, you go first, my friend.
That's all right. Yeah.
So, question one, we're going to ease you in nicely here, Pixi.
Okay.
If you could play any game again for the first
Getting nice
time.
and lubed up.
Yes, exactly. Like verbally lubed up with slick questions.
Slick words.
Oh. So, if you could play any game again for the first time, what would it be?
Oh, that's very good. Obviously, Witcher popped straight into my mind because that completely blew me away. But I think, to be perfectly honest, it would be Red Dead Redemption 2, just because when I very first out onto the plane and like how beautiful that game was, really blew me away.
Samesies. That was a really good game. I loved Red Dead too.
And it's odd, really, because like Red Dead's a game that like it's any kind of game like that, any kind of like groundbreakingly beautiful game. Once you've like experienced it, it is then like the bar. So like you're just a bit like, all right, yeah, I've seen it now because it's like unbelievably beautiful. But like that first time you see it, that first time like the snow sinks into your like boot or whatever, you're like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
You go to Red Dead 1 and it's like a sandpit.
I think I'll play that again for the first time.
Just see Arthur Morgan again. Whoa there, thick boy.
Yeah. Whoa, boy.
Yeah, Arthur Morgan was...
Boy.
Look, my best story from Red Dead Redemption 2, right, was Amy, my girlfriend, was like, she's never really been into video games massive, and she watched me for the first time on it. And I said, look, sit down and you should watch me play through this game because I think it will be like, in terms of a narrative, it will be a great kind of roller coaster for you to go on. And I'm riding along the side of this mountain, right? And this guy, I went right down near Blackwater, and I got myself in trouble with the police or whatever, and they came after me, and I thought I could make this jump, right? And Amy like grew up like looking after horses and stuff like that, and I went to make this jump, snapped all 4 of my horse's legs, and it was like horrific. And she was like, I honestly got her jaw at the floor. She was like, "What is this game?" And I had to put my horse down. Like I stabbed him to put him down and everything. He was like, "Sorry, boy," and like put him down and everything. And she was like totally like mortified by the whole scenario, which is quite funny.
I have a confession to make. Whenever my horse died, I just loaded my save back up.
Oh wow!
Sure. Arthur and Sherbet were very close.
Sherbet?
Yeah, Sherbet. Sherbet was wicked, man. And then Sherbet died, like, as part of the story towards the end, and I was like, no, Sherbet! On the Sanctum Endings and cried.
I was so gutted. I lost my horse I had throughout the whole game because I was in a cutscene and he stood on a train track in the background of the cutscene and just got taken out by a train.
Speaking of funny cutscenes, I saw this. Someone posted it on Reddit as the gang was riding into a mission area. The guys, Arthur Morgan, jumped off the horse just as the cutscene started. So they're all riding through on horses, and then a couple of steps behind was Arthur sprinting along. He didn't have a horse. Everyone else is just riding in.
My favourite broken cutscene of all time was the one from Heavy Rain, where the guy's just going, Sean! Sean! You're like the worst.
It keeps popping up, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Sean!
Really pointless situation of like he's just in the shower going, Sean! Shower. It's fucking brilliant.
Should we carry on?
All right. Stu, do you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, well, it's not really a question, it's more of a request. Please, could you say castles?
Castle.
Oh, you beeped.
What?
What beeps?
There's a car going past.
Oh, a car went past, yeah.
You said castles, then it beeped.
Someone's just answered. We're dogging, aren't we?
It was castles. Beep.
You happy with that one, Stu?
Yes, 1 second. I need to let my cougar out. He's being a shit one, but it's like...
Such a stupid thing to call your penis, Stu.
Cougar.
It's more of a pug.
I've got to let the cougar out. So professional. Trying to get quality podcast here.
I felt a cat's one.
Right, can we carry on?
Yep.
So, next question, Pixie, comes off the back of a really successful Twitter poll we did, as opposed to coming on the back of a Twitter poll. That's something different. I've got to do it. Inverted versus normal on the controller layout.
So, just to get this straight, normal is the only way to play any video game.
Incorrect.
Thank you. Thank you, Pixie.
Even if I'm flying, I'm not inverted. I'm normal flying as well.
That's even
How do you even do that?
Because down is down and up is up.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I agree with Pixie.
I didn't think you can even do that.
Maybe you can't, but Pixie and me can. So Pixie can come on the podcast again, definitely.
100%.
But it's weird.
It's weird.
Pushing forward on your control and your head goes up. It doesn't make any sense.
There's nothing worse than when you start a game as well and you think it's normal and it's inverted.
And then you go,
and all of a sudden you're looking at the ceiling and you're like, what's going on?
Makes me physically nauseous.
In the game I struggled with the most with that was I got VR and played Resident Evil VR, and that was inverted automatically.
How the hell can you invert VR?
That's just correct.
No, it's not. Especially not for VR. You look up and you look at your feet.
Exactly. Like if you're wearing VR, Stu, if you're wearing VR, would you look up to look up?
Yeah, okay. I'll let you off.
Exactly. That Pixie, you answered that question so well.
But on a controller, if you pull back, your head doesn't go forward, though, does it?
But you're not pulling back; you're pressing down.
No,
if you press down, your head looks down. And if you if you push the stick up, your head looks up.
No, if you push the stick forward, your head goes forward. Yeah.
It's like a sick look into the Edgerton mindset.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Okay, Ryan, next question.
Just makes sense.
Shut up, you.
What's your favourite console if you had to pick one?
It's difficult. That's difficult again. That's a tough one because immediately, once again, my mind went to PS3 because that was where I first kind of really seriously got into gaming. So like beforehand, I played PS2, stuff like that, but like it was always sort of a dabble and played a bit of it as opposed to like really sort of like PS3 was the first time I sat for like hours and hours at a time and really like heavily went into stuff. But I think actually I'd have to go with PS4 because the games that I've played on PS4, like the best game I've ever played is God of War, and that's what I played on PS4, so I have to sort of go there, I think. And obviously Witcher 3 and Horizon Zero Dawn and Red Dead Redemption 2 and all of that. It's all just incredibly good.
So what year did you start gaming then? What was your first console?
My
experience.
It wasn't me, but my first ever console experience was watching my brother play Final Fantasy VII on the PS1. And then I'd like have a go at Crash Bandicoot, but I was never really had the function to be able to do it properly. Like I think I'll probably played the very start of Crash Bandicoot about 1 million times, but you know I might have got to like the level.
How old were you at that point?
I don't know actually. I don't know. I must have been really young though.
Christ,
because I'm trying to scare myself with how old I am. That's all. This is like
because my first experience came out when we were just starting high school, I think.
Oh, yeah, we were in our teens.
95, 96 when we started high school.
Yeah, man. I'm 30. Me and Stu are 34.
What?
Oh my god. Sorry? 10 years younger than me, man. My first console was a Sega Master System.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Playing Sonic.
What did you have to do? Shovel coal in the back of that?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
You had to get some local peasant boys to run on a wooden treadmill to power it. Gotta go fast!
Playing the Sonic theme at him. Go fast!
Yeah. Get an old lady screaming the theme tune at him whilst they're running.
Back in the day when there was no save function, and you had to, if you were lucky enough, there'd be a game with a password that you had to write down and remember.
And the pause button was on the console.
My brother was saying to me that you used to be able to get games from the radio that you used to have to record onto a tape.
Oh yeah,
that you could then put into a I don't know, to play it, but
yeah, microcomputers, ZX Spectrum and all those, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I never had one of them.
No, they
look fun. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who's reading the next question? Is it me or Stu? Stu, isn't it?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Stu, read the next question.
Apex, Blackout, or Fortnite?
Ooh. Okay. What? Just solos by myself with people?
Just if you could just play, if you could only play one of them.
And the other two get destroyed forever.
Yeah.
You've hit me at a really difficult time because I've currently just started really getting into Blackout, but before that I played Apex really, really heftily, and I've also been playing Fortnite quite heftily as well. I really do like Fortnite. I think if I had to choose just for me, I would go. Oh man, because in Blackout I'm like a total loser. In Blackout, I will just hide the whole time. Like, if I will quite happily hide and let someone go by just to try and get them in the back. That's the kind of guy I am in Blackout. But in Apex, I actually have the ability to like look at someone and go, "Let's go 1-on-1." Oh man, that's tough. Okay, I'll go with Apex. No, Blackout. Blackout it is.
Blackout. The other two are gone forever. No more Apex. No more Fortnite. They're in the bin.
I've played.
Boom. No more
I've played
dabbing.
enough of them.
They got snapped.
Yeah, they got snapped like Thanos. Was that a good sound, by the way? Is that good?
Yeah, it's alright.
Is that a good snap? Yeah, thanks, guys. All right, cool. Do you want me to ask the next one, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right, where was we up to? Let's have a look. The oldest rivalry in video gaming: Mario or Sonic?
Mario.
I knew it'd be Mario because
and why?
Pixi was born after the death of Sonic.
That's
Pretty
the
much,
thing,
yeah.
I was born in the
Yeah, the
ashes of Sonic.
Dreamcaster was the ashes. You rose from the ashes like the phoenix.
Sonic's Phoenix.
Yeah, I think 2000 was Sonic Adventure on it on the Dreamcast, and it was going bad at that point. So that's a fair slice, to be fair. Mario's still going strong, isn't he? Whereas
Yeah, and I love
Sonic,
Mario Kart. Love Mario Kart.
Well, we all
love
know-
Mario Bros. Love
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. And I actually want to play
we all
Mario
know what
Odyssey
happened
as
to
well.
Sonic. That's a good game. So poor Sonic now is a creepy CG monster with human teeth. So it's over for him. All right, Ryan, next one.
So I'm asking a question here that I've actually got no input in whatsoever.
Oh, just ask
because
another
I've
one then.
played
Just
either.
skip it. Oh, that's you ask which one you want, Ryan?
No, it's all right. I'll ask it anyway. Castlevania or Metroid?
I've played neither of them.
Oh, move on then. You can do the next one, Ryan. This is nice to you.
I'll leave this next question for Stuart because he gets off on the answers. So if you had to pick one, and again the others would die forever,
Okay.
a Western RPG or JRPG?
Western RPG.
Good answer.
Yeah, to be fair, whilst there's a few very good JRPGs, a lot of them are tripe. So yeah,
That's the thing is, like, I love like the likes of Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that, and I guess would Breath of the Wild count as a JRPG?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more of a Western RPG. It's more of a
It is.
Western framing,
Yeah.
open world and all that.
Yeah, but it's like they're very like odd, aren't they? Like I can get into it, but like I immediately feel sort of at home in a Western RPG as opposed to in like in a Japanese one. Like you're all good in Final Fantasy VII until like you're cross dressing.
That's weird. That's a weird section. I was still just see if they add that into the remake. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, no chance.
I bet they will.
way
You
too
know.
taboo.
They'll surprise us all. They'll make it a weird DLC pack. Pay to see Cloud's nipple clamped. That kind of thing.
Amiibo.
Yeah, creepy amiibos of Cloud in the dress. Just sweet upskirts and things.
Ugh.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, it's a fair point. JRPGs can be dense as fuck and a bit off kilter sometimes, whereas Western RPGs always welcome you. All right then, next question. Stu, do the next one.
What makes your nostalgia glands foam the most?
For me, it is Morrowind.
Ooh, that's very
Oh,
foamy.
yeah.
I was at work the other day and I was listening to gaming soundtracks and YouTube was on autoplay and it all of a sudden I heard Morrowind in my ears and there's something about Morrowind and specifically its soundtrack that like takes me back to like that was the very
The
first
title
time.
music's amazing.
It is
The
good.
very first
It is
time
good.
that like I felt as if I had this massive world to go wherever I liked, and like it like gave me this sense of adventure and stuff. It was just crazy. And like when you hear those
What
like
about-
massive like flea things, they're like,
Oh yeah,
like,
Silk
hell?
Striders.
Little Striders, yeah.
yeah, so cool.
What about Caius Casade's leather pants? Did they do it for you?
What about Guaz?
Guaz! Ooh, they're so cute.
Yeah, you can get Corky as a pet, can't you?
And you can stroke him if you go to cast a spell. So you've got your hands out and look up and down. It looks like you're stroking the Guaz.
Yeah.
And those things that fly in the air, they're the most annoying things ever. in a game.
cliff racers.
Ugh.
As they slowly descend towards you. Like,
Yeah.
for God's sake.
Fucking squibs when you try and fight them. It's like,
I got lost in Vivek way too many times. Every time I go to
Oh,
Vivek,
yeah.
I just get lost in there.
Stu, you know that spell that Squibs cast on you? What's it called? That makes you
paralysis.
freeze.
Paralysis.
Hey, well done. He's got it right. Not paralysis. He's got it right. All right, time for the next question. And this one's from me because I want to read this one. Pixie, so Conway Tintagel, and Camelot are all what?
Castles.
Hey! We like it when you say castles.
Castles.
It's got a nice ring to it. We're all uncultured Northerners. We call them good brick forts.
Big brick house.
Going to Carnarvon Brick House. Been around since olden days.
Jeez.
Ryan's got the one he's trying to avoid now.
He can skip it. He can skip it if he likes.
No, I say it's all right. Would you ever go to an anime convention?
Ryan's having flashbacks.
Oh.
Now, this is interesting because I bought tickets for a gaming and Comic-Con convention in Exeter, which is a town very close to me, the city, and I was like super keen to go and everything. And I listened to your guys' podcast, and I was like, "You've terrified me now. I'm so worried about what I'm going to get." Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to get there, and I'm going to be like, it's not going to be what I want.
No.
We went there all full of hope.
Yeah, but it was very much. It was like 95% anime, 5% gaming.
95%
really?
Teenagers as well. It was like, this is weird.
Dear.
Yeah, we were buzzing to go
3:30
there
something.
and like start interviewing everyone, and we go like,
Yeah.
"Well, we've never done anything like this before. We've got press passes and everything." And we get there, it's just a fucking sports hall full of kids.
You could see the fear in
My
Ryan's
comfort
eyes.
zone was back on that train. Tell you.
The fear in Ryan's eyes was real. Especially when that flash mob started in that
Oh
corridor.
god, it was cringy.
He nearly shat himself.
It's
let me tell you. All right, who's reading the next one? Stu?
Okay. Mario, Sonic, Crash, Grapefruit, Kiss, Kill.
Grapefruit, kiss, and kill.
Yeah.
So hit me with what grapefruit means.
Go on, Craig.
No, you have to Google it. All right, I'll tell you. Grapefruiting is a well-known sexual act where you cut a grapefruit in half and then drill a hole or otherwise bore a hole into the harder outer shell of it, and then you use it to pleasure a man, right? And then, because the grapefruit juices are left over, the lady or fellow man, if that's the relationship, can clean up the grapefruit juices, so as to
I love
speak.
how delicately you're explaining this.
It's eloquent. Okay, so I'll go ahead and grapefruit Crash because he's a bit of a mad bastard, isn't he? So
He'd love it, wouldn't he?
he would love it. And what was it? I think.
Kiss or kill.
What was it? Mario and Sonic, the other two.
Yeah. It's got to
Yeah.
kill Sonic, isn't it?
Yeah, put him out of his misery, man.
Yeah, it's put him down.
That's the easy way out.
It is the easy way around.
No,
You'd have
no,
to take a kiss from Mario,
I'd kill
wouldn't you?
Mario because kissing Sonic would be like kissing a nice little fuzzball, like a cuddly toy or something. But like kissing Mario,
have seen
would
his
be
teeth.
like you'd
You have seen those
Mario's-
creepy teeth.
You'd feel Mario's tash on your lip and everything,
Oh,
wouldn't you?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, forget it's a little hair man, isn't he?
His mushroom would grow, wouldn't it? That's for certain.
Thank you so nice.
It's a me, Mario. On the side, on the brief aside about grapefruiting, by the way, there's a YouTube video with a woman describing what grapefruit is, and she's like, "And you go down, it's how you pleasure your man." And she's going for ages. And at the end, she's like, obviously got like a fucking dildo or something, and she's showing off how you do the bit at the end. Although you can hear it at the end, and you're like, it's fucking great. It's the funniest thing you'll ever watch.
I might have seen that. I think I
Yeah,
have.
you see, you're having flashbacks, aren't you?
Now
I
you're
am,
thinking of that, and all you can think of is Crash while you do it.
Just looking down at you. Just looking down at you, like the cameras.
His hand on his head, with his hand on your head.
Yeah, and his big
And
stupid
Crash
grin.
always looks surprised as well.
He'd be very surprised if you're grapefruit in it. That's how you go down on your bandicoot. Do you want to trust the next one, or do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Where are we up to?
We're up to here.
Oh, okay. This might backfire on me, this question, because I know
Well,
I've got a
you wrote
terrible
this
recording
one, so-
voice.
You
Yeah.
wrote this one.
Which member of Shart Select has the sexiest voice? Which member has the sexiest voice, Pixie?
I think I'm going to go with Ryan because
he is the sexiest member of Shart Select, to be fair.
He's the dark horse, and yeah,
Voice like velvet.
Stuart's definitely got the pottiest mouth, but
his grumpy monotone.
It's true.
I sound like I'm always 3 seconds from having a stroke, so I think Ryan's probably the right sexy voice wins that one.
Dirty whore mouth.
Oh, dirty whore mouth. Right, anyway, where were we?
Right.
Ryan, next one, quick.
Next question. Which member would you take on a date and where? It's like this is like blind date.
It sounds like you're trying to pick him up or something.
Yeah, it's,
I am now.
Sounds like we're grooming him.
Trying to find out how old he is, where he lives.
Exeter, you say? 10 years younger.
Does he live in a castle, so he's hard to get hold of, or is he outside of the castle?
Right, grapefruit.
Jesus Christ.
Craig's broken.
I'm back. It's okay.
Okay. I take Stuart to Japan.
Ooh. Why would you take him?
Because I'd like to take him somewhere where he'd be totally and utterly overburdened of everything that's going on, and he'd just be moaning the whole time. It'd be funny.
Just take him downtown. He doesn't need to go to Japan.
Manchester will do.
Anime convention. There you go.
We would stay in Centre Parks for a week, and he threatened to take all his clothes off at least once, and then said if we were girls, we'd all fuck. He snapped really easily.
Yeah. We had to get him some technology quickly, didn't we?
Somebody get this kid an Xbox.
Oh, when we was in that car on the way back from
touring car. And you started freaking out saying you're going to get your cock out.
Amy, if you're wondering, as you can't hear in my headphones what's going on, Shart Selective started off with some normal questions for me. And they
went out grooming him.
They took a left turn down who do you want out of the three of us avenue. So
don't worry, Amy, we'll leave him intact for you.
Continue.
Right. Stu, next question.
Good job. That knife was Stu there.
It's a good job we can't get taken off the air.
Yeah, true. We're not a radio show. We're safe. All right, next, Ryan.
That's Stu's question, though.
Stu, sorry.
Who's your favourite thick boy?
Oh, yes.
Wario.
Oh, he is a good thick boy, Ryan. Wario.
Yeah.
Wario.
With a big moustache. Oh, you'd love him.
That big red nose.
Oh, Ryan's got a look in his eye, guys. Yeah. I can see a little twinkle in his eye. He's like, oh, Wario. Maybe I'll become a Nintendo fan after all, he says.
That was a very quick answer as well.
It was. I think Pixie's secretly a thick boy fan as well. Oh, fucking hell. Right, who's next?
You got this one there.
Is it me doing it?
Yeah, it's you answering this question.
Pixie, if you could change my alias, what would it be?
You would be master of the theme tune.
Oh, yes! I like that!
Welcome to Shart Select. I'm master of the themes.
Shart Select! I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
Master of the theme tune! Oh, I'm so happy. That's made my evening, Pixie. Thank you.
We don't need to ask this next question because we've already established that was the PlayStation 1.
Skip it.
So the next question after that is definitely a Stu and Craig question, but I'll ask it because I've got the sexiest voice.
It's true.
Pixie, what is your favourite train?
Choose wisely, Pixie.
It would have to be First Great Western.
Oh my god. I'm going to have to lie down now.
Calm yourself, Craig.
I can't. It's just too much. I like the blue mallard.
Yeah,
the blue mallard.
I was going to say, you like the mallard because it's tapered.
And Stu likes the Flying Scotsman.
Yeah, same.
Because he likes them fast and rough. Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine's cousin, Carl Gustav the Railway Cannon. That was a good meme I saw the other day.
Grumpy Germans. Gustav the Railway Gun.
I like that one. That pleased me.
So, Stu, on to the last question.
Ooh, go on, Stu, read it.
Who do you want to be in the thumbnail for the episode?
You can be any character you like.
Okay. Well, you're putting me in the thumbnail for the episode.
Oh yeah. You're joining us in the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir, Bob.
So we have to think of something that has 4 characters.
No, not necessarily. We can throw anything together, but if you some of them do have a theme, so we can try and find something.
Oh,
But you can pick the theme.
What's been the theme of this
characters go with
episode?
it.
It could be Crash Bandicoot holding the grapefruit if you like.
Tell you what, we can all be all of the different tank engines from Thomas the Tank Engine, and Craig can be the Fat Controller.
Deal. I mean, I'm taking Vincent D'Onofrio role.
Yeah, we'll all be trains.
Yeah, we'll all be trains.
I'll be Percy.
Percy?
Yeah.
I'd say you're more of a
Percy's-
Gordon or an Edward. You're the handsome one.
Oh, yeah, give me the Edward then. Yeah, I'll be the red one. That's Edward.
I would say
That's
Gordon's
James.
the handsome one.
James. I can't really remember.
Yeah,
I'll be Gordon then.
Gordon's handsome. He's also a bit cold and aloof, just like Ryan.
Yeah. Percy's probably the thickest one.
Yeah, Stu can be Percy because he used to call him Pisswit. And I think Pixi can be Diesel or
It's up to him,
Bill and Ben.
He can be whoever he wants. He can be
Okay,
Thomas
who do
if
you
he
want to be,
wanted.
Pixi?
Well, I'm going to have to be Thomas, aren't I?
Yeah.
Thomas is so mainstream.
Yeah. I'd certainly say that I'm more mainstream than you guys, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's probably true
that's
to be
true,
fair. We're a bit niche.
What you got to
Yeah,
do
you
is
don't
listen to our podcast. And
Yeah,
you'll,
he doesn't try and groom his guests.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. Give it time.
It
I
must
don't
be
know
an
what I
over
meant by
30s
that. I
thing.
take that back. Pixi, I'm very sorry. I don't know where that came from.
It's cool.
Because me and Ryan are dogging, it's getting a bit intense. We're
Yeah.
getting some interesting looks. Ryan keeps shouting,
Sometimes
do you want to dress
You
like
get the
Wario?
Dogging podcast and the gaming podcast mixed up, don't you, in your head?
That's what, exactly. I aspire for us four to make our own docking podcast. Well, plans for the future. Okay, I've got one more question for you, Pixi. It wasn't on the list, I've just thought of it now, it's important. Do you want to hear Stu tell the story about Saints Row Guy again?
Absolutely not.
Right, Ken.
Absolutely not.
That was the correct answer. Okay, then. So I think we're getting towards the end of the podcast. Pixi, is there anything you want to promote on our podcast or what you want to talk about?
Well, not really. You can listen to my podcast with the Shart Select Lads, which is Pixi Gaming Podcast, if you haven't listened to it already.
It was a good episode.
It was a good episode. It was it was preparation for why I've been so relaxed with these answers today. So, like, I'm not usually this okay with this kind of questions being thrown at me out of the blue, but via the last podcast, I was thoroughly prepared for these.
Yeah, you let 3 cackling hyenas into your camp.
Yeah.
They proceeded to defecate all over your well-crafted questions.
But I'm very, very happy you guys have asked me on. I've had a good night tonight. It's been good fun.
It's a life experience, wasn't it? Life experience.
Certainly is. You guys
There we
are
go, then.
an experience that comes around once a year, like Christmas.
But worse. Like Christmas, but bad.
The Krampus.
Maybe you're like church on a Sunday then. I have to go there every Sunday.
The nipple clampus.
Need to think of an episode name.
We've got a lot of material to think of a name about, so we won't have any trouble there, Ryan. Okay, so Stu, Ryan, is there anything you two want to promote or talk about that's maybe important, maybe something cool, maybe up-and-coming stuff on the YouTube channel, Ryan?
Well, the new intro is all done. It's ready to go. It'll be on this next episode
Yes, Ryan,
when it goes live.
our video smith, has crafted a new intro, which is so epic that it actually made me follow through when I watched it. Some of that may be fiction, or maybe it's not. So yeah, I've got that to look forward to.
Sniff his pants and you'll find out.
Yeah, come on, Ryan, have a sniff, lad. Stu, anything you want to talk about?
Not much, really. Still knocking about on Instagram when I can think up content. Other than that, I might be doing a bit more Twitch. That's about it, really.
It's the old Shart_select for Instagram, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
And it's Digeztive with a Z1 for Twitch?
No, just Digeztive.
Oh, fair. With a Z instead of an S.
Yeah.
That's the important bit. I'm just on Twitter at Winstolf. And yeah, I just potter around on the
Here at Twitter at Master of Theme Tunes.
At Master of Theme Tunes, yeah. This is what Master I do now. I am the Master of Theme Tunes. That's what I am now. So yeah, Pixi, thanks for joining us. I think all that's left to say.
Been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute, genuine pleasure. We'll just get rid of Stu and have Pixi, yeah? Yeah. Oh, sorry, hi, Stu. Anyway, yeah.
Not left yet.
Awkward. All right, yeah. So, yeah, what's left to say? It's bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, everybody.
Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Inverted for wrong uns.